I'm gonna say something that might make some therapists mad. And it is what it is. Sometimes it is what it is because I've been doing this for 10 years and here's what I've learned. A lot of what therapists is telling you about love is keeping you stuck. And I'm about to tell you why. It's your girl Kenya. And now look, let me say this up front. I am not a therapist. I am not a therapist. I'm a relationship coach that don't play and a life skills educator. But I've been doing Kenya's Keepsakes for 10 years. And in 10 years, I've talked to more men about their relationships than most therapists will in a lifetime. My fellas tell me things that they won't tell nobody and anybody and anybody or anybody's. They won't tell nobody. But listen, here's the pattern I keep seeing. So write this down. Get your notebook for your tips and get your cup for your sips. So write this down because people go to therapy for years. They do the work, they learn their love language, they identify their attachment style, they practice vulnerability, and their relationships still a mess. Still a hot mess. Why? Because here's what nobody's telling you. All that advice, it's like putting a fresh coat of paint on a house with a cracked foundation. The foundation is broken. But you're decorating the living room. You in here putting new vanities in the bathroom, doing everything, got that new furniture, all the new technology. You went on Black Friday, and y'all got all the new stuff, right? And that's what I want to break down today. I want to break down these patterns. So are you ready? You got your notebook for your tips? Because I'm ready. Don't forget that note. Don't forget that cup for that tips. Oh, excuse me. All right, listen. So pattern number one. Number one. Therapy teaches men to be soft in a world that punishes soft men. Okay? Now, therapy, not all therapy, listen, but a lot of it is teaching men to be more like women in relationships. Be emotionally available, share your feelings, be vulnerable, valid feelings, right? But here's what happens the man goes home, opens up to his wife the way his therapist told him to. Like, I'm doing what he had his notebook for his tips. He said, I'm doing what my therapist told me to. And watches her attraction to him die in real life. The advice in therapy makes them even less masculine. It tells them to be more emotionally available. Right? Because that's what they say that, oh, he wasn't emotionally available and that's why it didn't work. That's why I didn't do. Y'all picking up what I'm laying down? Y'all picking up what I'm laying down? And before you come for me in the comments, talk to me. I'll talk back. Listen, because I'm not saying men shouldn't feel. I'm not saying that at all. You know, I talk to my fellas all the time. I'm saying the way that we are teaching men to express is making things worse. Okay, that's why I have my fellas Friday because we don't do any of that. We see you can't just tell. You can't just teach them. So you got a relationship coach that don't play. Okay. Now let me tell y'all real quick about y'all know. Okay, I was thinking. Hold on. Let me grab my cup of my sips. Because I'm gonna tell y'all a quick story about your girl. Y'all ready for this quick story? I grew up in a loving two-parent home. Loving two-parent home because I think that's an adjective that you guys have to make sure that you insert when you put two-parent home. But majority of men. My mama was there. Hey, mama. Hey, girl. But I grew up watching men. I have a brother, my uncles. I'm a daddy's girl. My grandpas. I mean, cousins, all male cousins. Okay, grew up around them. And one thing I learned. Men process differently. Men don't need to talk about it for an hour. They don't. They don't even have an hour worth of vocabulary that they want to express. No, they got stuff to do. They need to do something about it. Do, not talk about, do something about it. And the more we tell men just to talk it out without the action, the more lost they get. Yeah, therapists, come on. Pattern number two. This one is for my ladies, okay? How many of y'all have a friend who's been in therapy for years? 3 years, 5, 2, almost 1, and she's still in that same toxic relationship. Still. Same guy. Still. But now she has better vocabulary for why she stays. Y'all listen to this. Hold on. Get your notebook for your tips. Listen to this. She says, what? Did she come to you and say, he's an avoidant. I'm anxiously attached. We're just in a pursuer distancer dynamic right now. Girl, he just don't like you like that. He just don't like you like that. All right, like stop. Again, you go to therapy, you start to learn these words. Y'all wait for it because the keepsake dictionary is coming out. And that is going to be full of these psychological words that you guys hear and you don't learn them. You guys put your own definition to them. But that's not what this is about, okay? Here's the keepsake. Affection is not clarity. And labels are not solutions. Did y'all write that down? Affection is not clarity, and labels are not solutions. Sometimes the answer isn't more therapy, it's leaving. But you need tools. Okay? You need the tools. Your girl got the tools. And then there's pattern number 3. Number 3. Y'all writing this down? Hold on, let me sit. Because y'all gonna write down pattern 3. This is a big one. This is a big one. Most therapy focuses on how you feel. But your girl is all about beliefs because beliefs drives behaviors. Write that down. Y'all know I want you. Beliefs drives behaviors. Okay? Nobody asks. Nobody asks. Where did you learn what love looks like? Nobody asks. Were you ever attractive growing up? Or did you learn that love is something you have to earn? Did you learn that you were not attractive? Did you learn that attractive isn't just looks? Nobody asks, do you even like yourself enough to accept real love when it shows up? Nobody asks. But guess who does? Your girl right here. I always ask in my sessions, in my events, in my first question, what was your first model of love? Think about it. These are the questions I ask all the time. Premarital maintenance, my marriage maintenance, singles, couples, youth. That's where it starts. And I ask them because therapy's job is often to make you feel better. My job is to make you see clearer. Okay? Now hold on. Before I get to my final pattern. If this is hitting, if you feeling your girl, let me get my cup of my sips. Type in the comments, type in the chat right now. Talk to me, I talk back, okay? Are you someone who's been in therapy and felt like it was just not getting to the root? Let me know. Let your girl know. And if you're new here, welcome to the keepsake, okay? Hit the subscribe button because we do this every week. Behind the scenes, get these patterns going on because listen, I'm here for you. And one thing I want you to know before I get into pattern number 4, restoration is not repair. So let's get into pattern number 4. We almost out of here, y'all. Pattern number 4. And y'all, I talked about this in my polygamous breakdown. Okay, go watch it. Go watch that if you haven't. But I'm going to say it again because it applies here too. Restoration is not repair. Just because you're back together doesn't mean that you're healed. Just because you're communicating doesn't mean you're honest. And just because you stop yelling doesn't mean that person stopped hurting. And here's why therapy can actually help. Here's where. Okay, now why? Here's where. Like if it's the right kind. Like I said, I know some great therapists. I do. I really, really do. But it's only I know a few. I know a few. Now, you need someone who's going to ask the hard questions, not just validate your pain. You need someone who's going to say, okay, you're hurt. And what are you going to do about it? The answer is not always digging up more hurt, making more hurt. And listen, everybody don't need therapy. Therapy is great. If what? What did I say? Because you wrote it down in your notebooks. You find the right kind. So, if the love languages and the attachment styles and the just communicate more advice isn't fixing it, what does? Because your girl, I have all of those on my pages as well. That's more for knowledge. Okay, so I'm gonna leave you with these 3 keepsakes to take home tonight. To take them home, to pack them up, to keep them in your keepsake box, whatever you're gonna do with them, okay? But tonight, number 1, these are keepsakes. The other one was patterns. You already wrote those down. So write these keepsakes down. Okay? Know yourself before you try to know someone else. Know yourself before you try to know someone else. If you don't know yourself, if you don't know your negotiables, your non-negotiables, that's my second question that I ask everybody right after the first one. Y'all remember what the first one was? My second one is your negotiables and your non-negotiables. Because if you don't know those, you just floating along. You just drifting. Now, number 2, beliefs drive behaviors. So ask yourself, what you actually believe about love, marriage, and what you deserve. That's what's running your choices, not your communication skills. Not that. No, no, no. Now, number 3, honestly. Are you ready for number 3? Honesty over comfort. Every single time. Every single time. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. Every single time. Honesty over comfort. The relationships that last aren't the ones without conflict. They're the ones where people can say the hard thing and trust that the connection will still be there once that hard thing is out. Okay? Whew. Y'all. Like, that's my keepsake for this one, y'all. And listen. I'm not saying don't go to therapy. I'm saying go to the right therapy and stop using therapy as a justification or as a crutch or I go to therapy. I went to therapy. I talked to my therapist today. Because the people that you're talking to is looking at you like, okay. Go to a therapist who will tell you the truth, not just validate your feelings. Or better yet, find someone who's going to ask you the questions you're too scared to ask yourself. Now, if this is different, y'all, share it with somebody who needs to hear it. All right. Subscribe if you're new. You already know. If you are new, type in #tips because you got your notebook and you got your tips today. All right. But this is going to be the only time because now you're going to be an OG. So if you're an OG, type in the comments #sips because you got your cup. All right, now listen, we break this down like this every week. Follow me everywhere at Kenya's Keepsake, link in bio. Again, talk to me, I'll talk back. And until next time, y'all just go ahead and release that fear. All right, let it go, let it flow, let it go.